Ladies and gentlemen, the bombshell has dropped. The quiet superstar who built a reputation on silence and dominance, Kawhi Leonard, has now been silenced by the league itself. The Los Angeles Clippers, a team that clawed its way into respectability after decades of futility, now find themselves suspended in one of the biggest salary cap scandals in NBA history. This isn't just a slap on the wrist. This is the NBA's nuclear option, and it's aimed squarely at Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, and the entire Clippers organization. To understand how shocking this is, you have to rewind. Kawhi Leonard was the embodiment of discipline, a two-time Finals MVP, a defensive juggernaut, a player who let his game do the talking. And Steve Ballmer, the billionaire owner who promised to turn the Clippers into a legitimate dynasty. He spent billions building the brand, the new arena, the roster. It was supposed to be their moment. But behind closed doors, while fans cheered Kawhi's stoic dunks and Ballmer's courtside antics, another story was being written. A story filled with secret investments, shady financial tech startups, and payments that looked suspiciously like a backdoor pipeline of cash straight into Kawhi Leonard's pocket. It all started with Aspiration. On paper, it was a sustainability company, a carbon-neutral dream for the future. But dig deeper, and you'll find chaos, massive layoffs, bankruptcy filings, executives at war with each other, and eventually, federal fraud charges. And who was knee-deep in it? Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, his vice chairman Dennis Wong, and, you guessed it, Kawhi Leonard. Here's how the dominoes fell. Aspiration inked a $28 million endorsement deal with Leonard, despite executives admitting he had no marketing value for them. Payments started to, coincidentally, line up with major investments from Ballmer and Wong. One day, Wong wires nearly $2 million into Aspiration. The next, Kawhi Leonard receives $1.75 million. Ballmer dumps nearly $10 million into Aspiration just months later, while the company was bleeding cash. Soon after, another mysterious payment to Kawhi. This wasn't business. This wasn't coincidence. This was a shadow operation to funnel extra millions to Kawhi Leonard outside the NBA's salary cap. The NBA tried to play it cool at first. Commissioner Adam Silver said he wouldn't punish on the appearance of impropriety. But when federal documents, bankruptcy filings, and leaked emails started exposing the truth, Silver had no choice. This week, the league delivered its verdict. Kawhi Leonard, suspended for the remainder of the season. The Los Angeles Clippers, suspended from postseason contention, effective immediately. Steve Ballmer, fined $25 million and stripped of draft picks. Yes, you heard that right. The Clippers, a team built to win now, are barred from competing for a championship this year. Years of planning, gone in a single stroke. Ballmer's empire is in shambles. And Kawhi, his legacy is forever stained. The fallout is seismic. The Clippers' locker room is in shock. Paul George, visibly shaken, refused to comment to reporters. Ty Lue, the head coach, is reportedly furious at ownership for jeopardizing the roster he worked to build. Meanwhile, around the league, rival teams are salivating. Draft picks are being docked. Assets are evaporating. The Clippers, once a powerhouse in the West, are now the NBA's cautionary tale. Fans are furious. Season ticket holders feel betrayed. Social media? It's on fire. Memes, hashtags, and relentless trolling paint Kawhi as the NBA's biggest hypocrite, the fun guy who secretly played the system. And now comes the question no one ever thought they'd ask. Who is Kawhi Leonard really? The silent assassin, the Finals MVP, the stoic superstar, suddenly looks less like a hero and more like the centerpiece of an elaborate con. The irony? Leonard barely promoted Aspiration. He never did the big campaigns, never made the social posts, never gave the company its money's worth. But the payments rolled in anyway, timed perfectly with Ballmer's investments. Was Kawhi complicit? Was he duped? Or was he the quiet face of one of the NBA's most calculated salary cap violations? No matter what, the stain doesn't wash away. You can't shrug this off with a robotic laugh at a press conference. This scandal doesn't just hit the Clippers, it hits the NBA at its core. Fans already question super team politics, player empowerment, and the fairness of the cap system. But this shows that billionaires and stars can cook the books and think no one will notice. What happens now? Expect stricter salary cap enforcement, expect harsher audits of endorsement deals, and expect every rival team that lost to Kawhi's Clippers to scream for retroactive punishment. Some executives are already whispering about vacating wins, even reconsidering playoff results from years past. The league wanted transparency. Instead, they found corruption. So here we are. Kawhi Leonard suspended. The Clippers barred from glory. Steve Ballmer exposed as the reckless billionaire who thought he could outsmart the system. The NBA has sent a message loud and clear. You cheat, you pay the price. This isn't just another scandal. This is the kind of story that changes how we look at players, teams, and owners for decades. The Clippers were supposed to be the future of Los Angeles basketball. Instead, they've become the ultimate cautionary tale. And for Kawhi Leonard, the man of few words, silence won't save him this time. His legacy has been cracked, maybe permanently. The question now is simple. Can the Clippers and can Kawhi ever recover from this nuclear fallout? Or is this the end of the line for the most ambitious project in NBA history? Suspended, exposed, humiliated. The Kawhi Leonard scandal will haunt the Clippers forever. In a league built on trust, Kawhi and the Clippers tried to play the game behind the game, and now they've been caught red-handed. Welcome to the scandal that shook the NBA to its core.
These accusations are serious, and if somebody is being accused of circumventing the salary cap, that puts them at an unfair advantage, which is not something that could ever be tolerated. So the NBA should investigate this matter. When it says that Kawhi Leonard was getting $28 million, quote unquote, for a no-show job, end quote. That sounds just like Kawhi Leonard. No-show job. No-show job. Don't have to show up. Don't have to do a damn thing. That sounds exactly like Kawhi Leonard. Exactly like him. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's going to lose their mind with what I'm saying, because they're going to accuse me of being very, very cruel, because it's Kawhi Leonard that we're talking about here. This is a two-time champion, all right? All of this other stuff. This is what they're going to say. He's a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. All of that is true. When I say greatness, I mean greatness. Kawhi Leonard is great. And I'm quite sure he's a very, very nice human being. That is not my issue with him. My issue with Kawhi Leonard is that this brother has missed more than 40% of his games since he arrived at the Clippers more than 5 years ago. He's missed more than 40% of his regular season games. He's missed more than 30% of the playoff games. And he does absolutely, positively nothing to promote your franchise. I'm talking about me, Stephen A. Smith, standing up and giving this man a standing ovation when I saw him doing an interview on a podium in a playoffs post game, because it was a freaking miracle. This brother does nothing to promote a franchise. I have said on many, many occasions, and I will say it again, he is the worst superstar I have ever seen in sports history. I have never seen a sports superstar. Notice I'm saying superstar because he is a superstar. I'm not questioning his greatness. I'm not even questioning his character. This is not about that. This is not about his play, and it's not about his character. Maybe it is a little bit about his character, but you can interpret it the way that you want to. I'm not attacking. I'm not saying he's a bad human being. I'm not saying he's somebody that doesn't work hard. I'm not questioning the legitimacy of his injuries along the way. But my God, ladies and gentlemen, if you're averaging over 40.3 million a year in your career with the Clippers, could you do interviews? Could you do promotional appearances? Could you represent the franchise? Could you show up? Could you sign autographs for kids before or after the games? Could you do that? None of that. But the brother made sure to get the helicopter rides. He made sure to get the private jets. He made sure to get a masseuse. I mean, everything. Everything. You understand? This man, he doesn't miss anything. If there's a perk to be had, he's going to get it.